Orin stands as a haunting echo of a once vibrant leader, now consumed by an endless void. His large, hollow eyes drip with blood, symbolizing suffering or the loss of something essential. His headphones, once a symbol of rhythm and vitality, now appear as tools tied to his curse. In this form, Orin looks paralyzed and lifeless, like a puppet controlled by a mysterious force. The blood on his face could represent a curse inflicted through his headphones, which may act as a portal connecting him to the dark entity Mr. Black. Ratty embodies tragedy and decay. The red half of his face represents passion and life, while the white, skeletal side speaks of death and loss. Ratty appears to be trapped between worlds, as if robbed of his choice or freedom. Legends suggest that Ratty was betrayed by one of his companions, perhaps Simon. His fractured appearance may symbolize a dual fate, one side still clinging to his former self, while the other is claimed by darkness. Ratty might have been part of a ritual sacrifice supposedly performed to appease Mr. Black. Kluka is a being with a metallic heart and a soul that seems to have been replaced. Once a symbol of futurism and technical perfection, his form is now terrifyingly disfigured. His gears screech like cries of agony, and dim sparks drip from his eyes as if the last glimmers of light are leaving his body. Kluka may have been Mr. Black's first experiment in creating the perfect mechanical life form, but something went terribly wrong. His systems malfunctioned, turning him into a puppet whose mind is torn between remnants of his former self and the dark force controlling him. It's possible he tried to resist during his transformation, but his mutilated arms and body tell the story of his failure. Many parts of his frame appear scarred from experiments, and his sounds seem to echo a desperate cry for help. Funbot is no longer cheerful. His once friendly eyes are now hollow, and his movements are slow and mechanical, as if he's being controlled by an unseen force. Instead of upbeat melodies, distorted noises emanate from his speakers, sounding like whispers from the void. It's believed that Funbot fell victim to a malfunctioning experiment, possibly involving the integration of consciousness into machinery. As a result, his mind is trapped in an endless loop of data processing, driving him to madness. Funbot was intentionally broken by Mr. Black in an attempt to create the perfect servant. Veneria was a magical forest fairy who helped trees grow and filled the land with flowers. Her vines were soft and green, always covered with colorful blossoms. She cared for every part of the forest and was friends with all the animals. But one day, everything changed. A mysterious figure named Mr. Black came to the forest. He was a shadowy character who could control darkness. Mr. Black wanted Veneria's magical power to make the forest his own dark kingdom. He cast a wicked spell on her, and her vines became thorny and scary. The bright flowers wilted and were replaced by dark, sharp spikes. Now Veneria can no longer protect the forest, and the light in her glowing eyes has dimmed. Grey is a character who always looks a bit mysterious and serious. He has a dark, almost silvery hue, like a cloud hiding the sun. It's said that Grey was created to help Mr. Black, but something went wrong. Instead of serving him, Grey became lost, not knowing what to do with himself and his powers. Bird is a very strange but fun character. He always looks like he's about to come up with something unusual. He makes weird sounds, like funny bubbles or strange winds. It's said that Bird used to be the funniest character of all. But one day he ended up in a place that was nothing like what he was used to. It was empty, weird, and a little scary. That place changed Bird, and now his fun side sometimes seems a bit creepy. It's said that Bird isn't just strange, he's trying to tell others something important. His unusual sounds aren't just music. They're encrypted signals or memories he can no longer express in words. Perhaps he lost this ability because someone powerful changed him. Garold is a strong and commanding character. His voice sounds like he could lead an entire army. Garold always looks serious, as if his main job is to protect others. He was brave, strong, and always cared for others. But one day he crossed paths with Mr. Black. It's said that Mr. Black tried to take control of Garold's will. In the struggle, Garold lost part of his strength, but he managed to keep his independence. Now Garold roams through dark places, as if searching for something important. Maybe his lost source of power or a way to stop Mr. Black. His deep and commanding voice has grown a bit sad, but he is still ready to fight for his friends. Owax is a character that evokes a strange mix of unease and fascination. His sharp, leaf-like green appearance seems to reflect both his inner fragility and an unusual strength. His gaze isn't just empty, it feels like a portal to another dimension. In the world of Sprunki, rumors say that Owax once got too close to Mr. Black. Instead of being destroyed, he became a witness to Mr. Black's powers. The dark energy left its mark on Owax, turning him into something caught between life and shadow. Sky in this version appears as a puppet, entirely stripped of his free will. His body, pierced with metal spikes, looks like a tool controlled by someone with sinister intentions. Most likely Mr. Black, whose ominous gaze is ever present behind him. It's said that Sky is now tied to a chilling wind that carries unease. His sounds no longer resemble uplifting tunes, but mimic the eerie whistle of cold air. Some believe these sounds are cries for help or clues to find his true light, hidden deep within Mr. Black's domain. Mr. Sun no longer appears as a symbol of warmth and light. His shape and face now resemble a lifeless mask, and in the center of his sun lies a sinister black eye that seems to watch every move. This is no longer joy, but fear, wrapped in the form of sunlight. It's said that Mr. Sun once served as a guardian of harmony and balance, but was corrupted by the power of Mr. Black. Now, instead of giving life, he scorches everything in his path. His sounds have become cold and haunting, reflecting the pain and anger he feels after his transformation. The theory suggests that Mr. Sun was once a source of energy for all Sprunki, but was tainted by darkness. The black eye in his center is a symbol of control, likely placed by Mr. Black to keep him under his influence. Durple seems to be torn between two worlds. His deep purple hue and perpetually somber expression reflect not just loneliness, but a loss of connection to reality. In his sounds, you can hear chaotic undertones, as if they reflect his struggle to find harmony in a world that no longer makes sense to him. Interference from Mr. Black disrupted his genius, turning his abilities into chaos. It is said that Durple lost access to his music and is now searching for a way to regain control over his sounds. Mr. Tree is a strange and enigmatic figure, standing out with his cold, monolithic appearance. He looks more like a monument, a reminder of something lost and long forgotten. Instead of a traditional face, he bears a smooth surface with the word missing, as if he himself is a warning of inevitable disappearance. Some believe that a lost soul resides within Mr. Tree, a victim trying to regain control. His roots, unseen on the surface, are said to extend deep into the ground, spreading memories and fear. But what if his silence is an attempt to protect others from the truth he discovered? Simon stands out with his menacing grin and strange, unnatural appearance. His constant smiling face resembles a mask, while his glowing eyes seem to pierce right through your soul. His mechanical laughter echoes in the dark, leaving a lingering sense of unease. One theory suggests that Simon was created as a tool by Mr. Black to spread chaos. His grin isn't just an expression, but a symbol of control and manipulation. Some believe he was once one of the kindest members of Sprunki, but after contact with Mr. Black, he was completely transformed, now hunting the others. Our first dive into the mysterious world of Sprunki has come to an end. But this is just the beginning. We've only scratched the surface of these horrors and secrets. What do the other characters hide? What shocking twists lie ahead? See you soon, friends. Stay safe, because someone might be watching you too.